Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. I was talking to a colleague the other day. They asked me why I keep sort of harping on and on about lockdowns when it's really not the thrust of this channel. And my response is because I've been watching not only friends but clients that have been significantly negatively impacted as a result of these ongoing lockdowns. That's sort of my personal reason. On sort of a, I don't know, more professional, I hesitate to say professional level, although there's an aspect of that, but just in more of an almost academic level, it's because, again, I just don't understand why there's not more of a cost-benefit analysis being done with respect to this, where just prolonged, extensions of this lockdown just going on and on with seemingly not a lot of end in sight. And it's just having such a negative impact on the economy. And the reverberations of this could be long, long term. And that's good for no one. That's the only reason I keep bringing this up. I'm not saying I have the answers. And unlike a lot of folks, unfortunately, on YouTube, I'm not saying this isn't real. Yeah, it's a real concern. I'm not saying I have the solutions. I'm simply saying I hope that there continues to be this sort of cost-benefit analysis. A recent article from the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com, article is titled "Crisis of Faith is Reaching a Crescendo," and quoting directly, and there's a lot going on in that article, and frankly, that doesn't necessarily have to do with this specific point, but this one sentence I pulled out because I thought it was interesting. There are concerns that figures may soar to 30,000, there are concerns that figure may soar to 30,000 a day before the containment measures have time to bear fruit in the next month or two. I found that to be kind of an interesting statement insofar as we have been undertaking these containment measures since March of 2020. Specifically, we went into full lockdown, if I recall correctly, in April, all through May, started to reopen in June, got back to it in sort of July of 2020, and then locked back down in December, went through January, most of February, depending on where you were, and then, March was pretty well reopened, and then back down under lockdown in April. And we've been pretty much under 1 degree of lockdown or another, at least here in Bangkok, since mid-April onward. So the point being, how much longer, a couple more months to bear fruit? Well, if this tree ain't going to bear fruit now after 18 months of being in the ground, I got to wonder if it's ever going to bear fruit. I don't mean to be sarcastic. That's not my point. But this notion of containment, and we've discussed this at length in other videos on this channel, again, the paradigm that perhaps this may be endemic rather than being treated as pandemic might be a good paradigm shift. We've discussed that the health ministry, for example, down in Singapore, has started saying, look, we're going to have to just start looking at living with this, not trying to just eradicate it or contain it. And frankly, I think we are all going to have to get to that point if we're ever going to get back to work, because the notion that we can just stay closed forever and this will just magically disappear, I don't think that the evidence is bearing that out at this point. Now, again, things may change. I don't know everything. I'm definitely not the end all be all, but just my observations tell me that, if this keeps going, we're definitely going to have serious economic problems. But the notion that containment will occur, we've done this 3 times at this point, and it's just been ongoing on this 3rd time. At what point do we think this is going to be contained?